Good morning, everyone, on this beautiful fall day. New Mexico's supposed to have some record heat today, so it's like wonderful. We just winterized our evaporative cooler. Figures, right? Anyway, I just wanted to let everybody know that it appears the October Elders Letter is being delayed. And thank you so much, Petra. I really appreciate the information. But the annual meeting is this Saturday, October 5th. And of course, they're going to be live streaming that to congregations and stuff. But they're holding off. What we're hearing is they're going to hold off on the Elders Letter until some big announcement that is going to be at the annual meeting. And then the Elders Letter will come out. So, as soon as we know anything, we will let everybody know. And I want to thank all of you so much for the cards and phone calls and emails and comments underneath our video. I was reading some comments. Thank you. We appreciate it very much, and all the love and support. And I want to thank all of you so much for the information, too, that you're sending me on emails of things going on. Like a person thanking me that they were going to go to that Decult conference, but they had to wait until payday, so they could join their Zoom conference. But thanks to our video now, they're not going to go. So, Danny, this is for you. I know it's been rough for you, but just know that this community is behind you. And that's one good thing is, especially from outsiders or people trying to stop, us speaking out, stop us whistleblowers. That's what is so irritating to us all the time is no matter who they are, whether they're in the XJW community or, JWs or whatever, trying to stop us whistleblowers from exposing this stuff. And Danny sent me an email that a pastor he knows contacted the Decult conference board and basically reamed him a new one. So this is good. This is good. And from a pastor even. That is awesome. I also had a phone call from a PIMO. Thank you, sweetie, very much. And it's interesting. Actually, I've been talking to several PIMOs who are letting me know what's going on. He said their parking lot needed resurfacing. And instead of taking bids and getting the best deal and the best contractor, to redo their parking lot, they chose a brother, a JW, who could redo the parking lot. And he said it's horrible. They did a horrible, horrible job. And it cost the congregation a lot of money. And then, of course, they're begging for money for redoing the parking lot. Well, in the meantime, a sister had died and left her estate to the congregation. And it was $15,000 to the congregation in her estate. And, so while they're begging for money to pay for the parking lot and from the rank and file, they do a resolution to send this entire $15,000 to Watchtower. And he says they even told the congregation, we can only keep a few thousand in our bank account, so we need to send this to Watchtower. Do you see the scam and racket that Watchtower is pulling? Well, then he mentioned that then the lawyer discovered some more money from the estate, and they did another resolution to send that to Watchtower. And it was interesting because he mentioned there was a brother that they had hired to do their monthly landscaping because the brother that couldn't do it anymore was elderly and just wasn't physically able to. Get this, the congregation is paying this guy $900 a month just for landscaping. And the PIMO said, many in the congregation are complaining because they're paying all this money to this brother who's supposed to be doing the landscaping, and the weeds are growing tall, and he said, it's just terrible. Nothing is being done. So, I mean, scam and a racket, I'm telling you. Yeah. And also, we're hearing that several congregations, especially poor congregations, and someone had even sent me a link from one on Reddit, I believe, or one of those social media forums. But several congregations, especially poor ones, and there's several poor ones here in New Mexico and like northern Texas also, that are so poor that the donations have just dried up. And of course, they're getting behind on their payment, their agreed upon donation to Watchtower. And there was one congregation that said they had to come up with, I believe it was like $1,500 in 2 weeks, to pay up. And they just don't have it. They just don't have it. So are we going to see a trend now of these congregations who are going to be going bankrupt? Wouldn't that just be terrible? Yeah, that's heavy sarcasm. So along those lines, somebody sent me a screenshot to this. Thank you very much. The Invermay Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, as of September 1st, 2024, voluntarily revoked and no longer operating this congregation. I believe this was Australia. Yeah, Australia. So another congregation down the toilet. So like I said, are we going to be seeing this more and more? And I have found several congregations who are selling their kingdom halls. And so I have been adding them, to my list and the Watchtower Property Tracker. And like I said, we're going to be watching this, and it's going to be interesting to see what this big announcement is for the annual meeting. Like we've mentioned before, it's like a frog in boiling water. You don't just throw them in boiling water. You do it a little bit at a time. So we're wondering what new changes, and that's what we think it's going to be, just our guess, just speculation, more changes coming, because we've been hearing this now for months, from PIMOs that are in, that, oh yeah, there's more changes coming. The beard and ladies wearing pants was just the beginning. And not counting time. And then especially now where they have this big push for Bible studies and their interactive Bible course now online. And it's interesting when you go to other religious sites, like I was on the Seventh-day Adventist and the Mormons, and there was a couple more that I was on their website looking, because I check them out once in a while to see what's going on. But it's interesting that most of them now have Bible interactive courses. So Watchtower is just following all these other religions. So I find that interesting. And our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to all of you who are in the southeast part of the United States who have been devastated by that hurricane. My goodness, what we've been seeing on the news is just horrific. So, we hope you all be safe, and it's a bad one. It's a bad one, and I've heard there's another one building. So, it sounds like it's going to be a bad hurricane season. And unfortunately, they're not getting much help from the government. I know. Don't want to get into, all of the other political stuff. But it's just a shame that, they just can't help the people here in this country. So, anyway, I am working on some other videos. Petra sent me some stuff that she had found on Atlantis's computer or in the back closet or somewhere. She's been finding stuff everywhere, and so she's been sending me stuff. So very much appreciated, and I'm working on it. What I thought was just going to be a surface thing has ended up being a huge rabbit hole that just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. But we know that's what Watchtower does. So anyway, thank you so much everybody for watching, and if I don't see you before this weekend, have a wonderful weekend. Bye.